Alright, sorry. I had to start over. So, we're just gonna read this message, alright? So this is gonna be in the start of the video. I already recorded a bunch of stuff, and he just posts this and adds more to, you know, this video. So this video is going to be pretty long. I don't intend for this video to be long, but these guys just keep doing more and more and more. So my intention, by the way, was never to make a video on this. My intention was actually to tell Nick, hey, this is weird that this is being tolerated in your server. Like, you should, you know, actually, like, do something about this because you have a community with 1,000 people in your server, and it's really weird to have this, like, you guys saying the N-word constantly as a common occurrence. So, it just devolves into a way too degenerate conversation. I'll explain it later in the video, and I apologize for the video's length, but they really just keep adding more to this, and I promise, like, every second just keeps getting worse in this video. Like, it's gonna get worse and worse throughout the video, so we're just gonna start it off here with the community post and see what's going on. So apparently a video is in the making to put me and my community in a bad light. So before you guys get blindsided and think the worst, let me fill you in quickly on what's happening. Some members in my Discord have been using slurs, mostly kids, and it got overlooked and buried, as I do not moderate the Discord server I own 24/7. Keep in mind that these are probably not kids. I'm not going to claim their age, but they seem like teens to adult, and regardless, there should be consequences for your actions, and Nick is providing zero consequences for these people. Anyway, there are two people with the power to moderate, but they're working around the clock, and I do not have time to moderate my Discord 24/7. Nick, all you have to do is ban the N-word from the chat. Make it so people can't say it. It is the easiest thing to do. I have it in my server. A lot of people probably have it in their servers, so people can't say these things. Regardless, this is dumb, and I'm taking too long to record this, so we're just gonna get into this. And I apologize for the video being so long, but I promise you every second of this video is worth it. This shit is hilarious. The video will probably do its best to attempt to make it seem like a community full of racist people. A community full of racist people, and to this I can assure you guys we are not. Our Raptor group is made up from multiple races, and for us to be racist would be quite hilarious. Now, we have someone in our group who likes to joke around with the N-word a little too much. I know he does not do this as an actual racist, and personally I consider them as kids messing around. I correct where I can, but once again I am not there 24/7, and at times have things have 100% slipped through moderation. You were actively defending this, Nick, by the way. I'm just going to point this out, and this will be shown later in the video. While in the hacker war, people slipped through into our Discords while we originally thought them to be legit players. They turned out to be a group of hackers trying to do anything in their power to find... Okay, so maybe this is legit. Maybe there were some people that were hacking that tried to find some stuff, but I'm assuming he's accusing me and the person who informed me about this shit of being hackers. Maybe there's no way he's accusing me, because if he is, that's just absurd. But I literally was just trying to tell Nick that this is weird behavior, and I was taking screenshots because the conversation was hilarious at first, and then I ended up getting banned for it, and then it's just a bunch of shit you guys will see later, and then you guys can make your own decision about this. Anyway, we managed to weed them out, and if you join our Discord yourself, you can see for yourself. We're a friendly community.
We haven't done anything. We're a totally peaceful racist group.
And this message has been put out there to make you guys aware about what's to come, so you guys do not get blindsided by misinformation ripped out of context. So apparently, guys, this whole video is misinformation ripped out of context, right? Just remember that. Very, very misleading. You know, these people never said these things. You know, they said it in a funny way. They said it to not be hurtful or mean to other people. So, yeah. No, I can't lie. They managed to rip some stuff out of context very hard on Mother is Ill. It does not look pretty for him, especially since the context will not be provided by whoever is making the video.
How? How did they think that was okay?
Oh, trust me. There's a lot of context to this. All I can say is he was typing out something he heard someone else say while his mic was muted, but yeah, good luck explaining that one. I think Nick is talking about him saying the N-word on this, because after I called him out for this, I was immediately banned, and he was probably like, oh fuck, I just got clipped by my friend. That's not good. Yeah, so we're just gonna jump right into it. Hello everyone. This video is gonna be a little bit different than my usual content per se, because I stumbled across a very racist Discord server, and I just wanted to get some answers. Figure out why they were saying these things. What's really going on here. And it's hosted by fellow YouTuber Nick Boy. Someone that I was actually about to collab with to get some help, and I was gonna ask him to do a video, and then I found out all this stuff, and honestly, this is even better, personally, for a video. So thank you, Nick, for making this video possible, and thank you to your friends. Your friends were really helpful in this whole situation. Really just gave me a lot to talk about, and I do want to say thank you for that, because I think this is pretty funny. So this is what I found in their Discord server. As you can see, the N-word is a very common occurrence for these guys, and it's actually one of their favorite words, which, everyone has their niche. I like to scream when I get scared. These guys like to say the hard R every 2 seconds. I can't fault someone for their own decisions, So yeah, there's just a bunch of this in here, and I pinged the guy going, hey man, I see what you're doing, not cool. Very weird behavior from you. He responds, why is it a problem, man? I go, are you black? He says, why does it matter? Are you the police? Real racism is saying only blacks can say the N-word. I'm not black at all, by the way. Very funny screenshot from our friend Your Mother Is Ill, by the way. Very great name too. Very friendly and outgoing name. So he just keeps trying to defend it. As this conversation develops, you'll see that, not being able to say the N-word for this guy is like, his grandpa died. Like, he really just can't fathom not being able to say this. And, I get it, bro. Free speech. Say what you want to say, man. So here's where Nick comes in, playing fence man, saying, I agree. Saying it for the fucks of it is very cringe, by the way. Just remember what Nick is saying. I call him out, saying it's weird behavior to tolerate that in a server, especially when he has a platform where people will look up to him. And on top of that, this is in a public Discord with over 1,000 people, by the way. So there's definitely kids in here that are going to be seeing this and go, oh, this is normal behavior. So that was kind of my argument there. I was a little confused why this is such a common occurrence for him. Just going into it, just arguing back and forth. He's just saying, my friends are making my life harder. It's all them. I would never do this. Really sucks that I have to defend these guys, but, I'm a die on this hill. So, to be fair, saying the N-word can be insulting to him equally, saying this. This guy is the one who's getting heated here. I was just kind of interacting with this while I was eating a hamburger. My phone was on like 2%. We were just vibing in life at this point, when this was going on. And at first, I took these screenshots because I thought this whole conversation was just ridiculous. Yeah, it wasn't in a public setting. It was between friends. Meanwhile, he posts this on a Discord with 1,000 people, by the way. So then he goes on the defense. There weren't even 100 members in the damn server back when I was saying it in a channel with less than 20 people having access to it. And then I called out Nick for defending him too. But so he says that, and he also says I haven't said it in forever, and I just look up, to see last time he said it, and all this is 7 days ago. So as you guys can see, he's 7 days sober of the N-word. So let's just give him a big round of applause for being 7 days sober. Really remarkable feat from this guy. That's where it stayed for the most part. Learn the context before being an asshole to everyone, man. And this is where he starts tweaking over not being able to say the N-word. This is his tragedy. This is the worst day of his life. He's realizing, he probably shouldn't be saying this in a public setting to a lot of people. And he just goes, man, I can't fucking speak in this server anymore. I have to get insulted daily over this. Well, I'm sorry that a year ago, Nick, allowed everyone to say the N-word in a server with no less than 100 members in it. And yet, I don't know what defense this guy's trying to say, but, the server's at 1,000 members. and he's still saying it. So obviously this guy doesn't really care that much, but he's still trying to defend it a lot, which, you know, is what it is. So Nick says this, by the way, just keep note of this. Nick says, I do not hate someone when they say the N-word. I find them immature, but I do not feel a strong sensation to punch them in the throat. This becoming a daily thing is annoying. People have already been offended by this guy's actions, yet Nick and this guy don't realize that, hey, you know, maybe something should change. Maybe from Nick's perspective, you know, this guy should be banned, or you should ban the word so this guy can't say it anymore to get him, you know, to not say that and to cause less drama in the server. But that's the smart thing to do, and that's something that we don't do in the server, apparently. I told Nick, because in this conversation, I was trying to get Nick to understand that this is just not a good look for you, really. Like, and I thought it was really weird that he was defending this, and I was trying to help out Nick here. People like this shouldn't be who you associate yourself with to begin with. Fuck. I can't read, apparently. But if I'm being honest, man, your friends are a mirror of you. And Nick says something, nope, mirrors are boring. Completely ignoring what I'm saying. I have people in my life who are like nothing to me. I don't... Okay, cool. Awesome. But like, man, dude, people are getting so pressed over this, man. And for those of you guys that don't know, I am mixed, and I've heard a lot of shit like this growing up in my life. Just a lot of like racist shit, and you know, I've just heard it before, and I think when I learned and reflected on it, I just realized how ignorant a lot of these people are, and a lot of people that, you know, say this sort of stuff aren't very intelligent. Nick keeps going with the defense of them, saying they are idiots, but they're my idiots. In true Disney speech fashion, very, very well thought out, a very great speech. It really almost persuaded me on his side, actually, because, you know, I resonate with that. I have friends who are dumb, you know, they don't say the N-word, but they're my idiots. So I'm like, you know what, I get what you're saying, man. Why is this turning into a Disney speech? And then Nick goes on saying, my true colors are always on display. And that has never been more true. That has never been more true than today. So, yeah, I responded, you're not real. I just looked it up. This had me dying. I almost choked on my hamburger when I was having this conversation. So then I see a very interesting quote. This is Nickaboy saying this. You're a black shadow. You're black in a shadow against the wall, so you got the N-word protection. And see, the thing is, like, even though I'm black, I really don't even say it as much as these guys. I've never said it in a video once. First of all, because I sound like a white guy, so, you know, it would probably sound really bad, and you guys would be like, yo, player, what the fuck, man? That's not cool, dude. But, like, these guys just sling this shit like there's no tomorrow. And honestly, I respect it, bro. I do respect it, man. Gotta respect the grind. So then I ping Nick, saying, you know, interesting, I thought you were separate from him and you didn't say it. Then he ignores it, saying it's my Discord, I can do whatever I want. Or he was replying to someone. And then this guy's saying he's such a horrible human being because he said it once. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know, you got quoted by your friend saying that. I doubt it was the first time, brother. Anyway, I was just saying what a great guy to have in your circle. So after this, I end up getting banned, and this is where, let me find, so I believe this is after I was banned. So I got banned shortly after that, saying some people take the world too serious. I can't. Then just a bunch of this. Oh, I should full screen this. I think everyone, yeah, just, I dislike how they did their best to tie me to these things, because I did not fire a rocket launcher at those who said it. Trying to stir up shit, get a life. No thank you. I will not be getting a life anytime soon. I've said what I said. Cancel me if you must. And this isn't a cancel video. I just wanted to show this because I think it is hilarious. And this, actually, your friend here, Nick, is the reason why I want to make this video. Out of pure spite and hatred. No, I'm just kidding. But I saw this and I thought this was way too funny to not put in the video. He says, so they cleared out all the chats, by the way. Cleared out everything of them saying this, so there's no proof or no evidence, but I already, as you guys saw, I have screenshots of everything. Ugh. Excuse my French. But, yeah, nope, don't worry, it's all gone, no proof. So many people wouldn't have known it happened in the first place. And then the uncensored receipts is crazy. I know I'm not racist and I'm good to people around me, so I sleep just fine. If they hadn't looked for it and made a big scene, nobody would have known. So this is a recent screenshot I got. So since you actually care, I'll know the server has until some month ago been private, small group of 100 members. Never have we been or ever will be racist. Proof of having 3 IQ. Color of skin doesn't make you less valuable. So he's reflecting, guys. He's on his Vinland Saga arc. He has no enemies besides grammar. Grammar is apparently his #1 enemy because he still needs to uppercase the A there. But at the same time, the N-word is just a word. It has the value or impact that you give it. For us, need to capitalize the F there. For us, it's nothing more than a word that has no value, no bad connotations. Others disagree, which is why we save it for the private channels. Wait, when I banned, I wiped some messages because they were saying the N-word, but not in an actual racist way. You guys can let me know if you think this is, if this isn't racist, by the way. So yeah, and then there is a few more screenshots I want to show, and then that is all. So this is after everything was after everything was cleared. Here's, you know, what was said. You know, this guy is still saying it. The actual racist is still here. The ones who blatantly said the N-word. And then he says this. They're laughing about it. They think it's hilarious. There's like 50 of them, and they're gonna have to narrow it down. So apparently there's 50 people in this server who are saying this sort of thing, like these sort of things. So very interesting behavior all around. And then this was after all the chat wipes. Immediately back to their normal hobbies and activities. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still not going to tell you guys to go harass them or, you know, be mean to them. Be kind to everyone. I just think it is just really disgusting behavior, personally. I think it's pretty funny how they try to defend everything, and you guys can look at it for yourselves. But yeah, I just think this whole situation is pretty funny, and I wanted to show this to you guys to show you the type of people that these guys are. You guys can make your own opinions about it. You guys can call me out saying, you know, this is weird, you don't need to make a video on this, but I'm bored, I got nothing better to do, and I want to start uploading more. And this is just a free video. They provided me with free content, so thank you, Nick, and Your Mother Is Ill, and all the other people in your server for the free content. I think this was pretty funny, a great conversation, and yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. And yeah, that's all for now, and Rex video will be coming out fucking sometime, bro. I got like literally like 18 hours of footage that I still need to edit. So anyway, have a good day, guys, and I'll see you guys later.